Tonight on CTV News at 5.
I feel like a lot of people have gotten into that culture of you have to work more to prove yourself.
Uncompensated commitment. Canadians keep working even when they're off the clock.
Like something that brings back your child memory, right?
And have your cake and eat it too. A Halifax baker makes delicious desserts for everyone.
A mostly clear night ahead for much of the Maritimes. Mixed sun and cloud for Friday.
Live from the Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Maria Penopalis. Thank you for joining us. First at 5 tonight, unpaid work, staying late, taking calls at home, and responding to emails on the weekend. Sound like you? Well, you're not alone. A new study finds 1 in 3 Canadian workers are putting in 6 or more unpaid hours per week. And as CTV's Vanessa Wright reports, going the extra mile, maybe closing more doors for employees than opening them. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, Maria. And gone are the days when employees simply clocked in and clocked out. It can be easy to take work home with you or stay back to finish up a task. But because much of that work is unpaid, more Canadian workers are thinking twice about its value.
Canadians are logging more hours without getting paid. According to data from ADP Research, 1 in 3 Canadian workers put in 6 or more unpaid hours each week, which is close to a full workday.
Well, it's pretty ridiculous. Like, you should be paid for the work that you're doing.
I feel like it doesn't really shock me, unfortunately. I feel like a lot of people have gotten into that culture of you have to work more to prove yourself.
Now that I'm retired and working as a musician, yeah, I do. I spend a lot of hours not getting paid.
The study found millennials aged 27 to 39 are the most impacted, with close to 20% reporting extreme unpaid hours. But those going the extra mile are the ones most likely to leave.
The really interesting part about this study is that they're engaged. These people, these millennials that are working extra hours, they're engaged by their work, but yet they're still exiting because they're being overworked.
But extra work doesn't necessarily mean better work. According to the study, effort is increasing while productivity stays the same.
They're working this extra time, but they're not being more productive. Like, it's so counterintuitive, right? You think week after week you do an extra 6 hours, you're going to get through more output. But if that's not the case, are you working on the right things?
Power says employers have a responsibility to offer realistic expectations to their staff.
My team is very effective at logging off at the end of their workday, and I encourage them to do so. So I think leadership effectiveness really drives a lot of this of what are our values, what are the expectations. Do employees feel safe to push back? Do employees feel safe to say, hey, I am working an extra 6 hours a week and it's not sustainable?
Now, the study also touches on how AI is reshaping the workforce and why it could be fueling fears by employees of being replaced, which may explain why more people feel pressure to overperform, Maria.
Interesting conversation. Thank you, Vanessa. CTV's Vanessa Wright for us in the news center this evening. And that actually brings us to tonight's web poll. We are asking, how many unpaid hours do you work a week? These are your options. None, 1 to 6, or more than 6. Just go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca to weigh in and to see the latest poll results. All right, let's head over to the anchor desk where Todd Battis is standing by with a look at the headlines. Hi, Todd.
Thank you, Maria. Coming up at 6 o'clock tonight, the cleanup is underway in New Glasgow after fire destroyed 3 businesses in that community's downtown core. No one was injured, but about a dozen people now have to find somewhere else to live, and the community is heartbroken by the loss. Businesses affected too, of course. We will have the latest at the top of your newscast. Another emotional day for parents of a murdered Moncton woman. One of the 2 charged in a homicide that shocked the city made a court appearance today. After proceedings, the mother of the victim spoke outside the courthouse about her daughter's struggles. She spoke with CTV's Derek Haggett, and we will hear from her at 6. Frustration in Cape Breton tonight over the continued closure of Celtic Lodge's main buildings. They've now been shuttered for 2 years. Parks Canada says the closure will continue again this season. The price tag for needed repairs, astronomical, and locals And the businesses around there that rely on Celtic Lodge, as you can appreciate, certainly worried. We will hear from Ryan McDonald, who spoke to folks there today. Let's hear from Caleb Mitchell now in the Weather Center on what was a lovely day.
Yes.
The sun was back. The skies were blue.
Yeah, it was a very nice day if you were looking for some sunnier conditions in the Maritimes, that is. And the daytime high temperatures about seasonable for this time of the year and for many parts of the region. And now as we're moving towards the early evening, that's a range of about 8 to 12 degrees. Cooler on parts of the coast where the winds were on shore, because a lot of the ocean waters still are between around 1 and 3 degrees right now surrounding the Maritimes. So anytime you get a wind off those chillier ocean waters, you're going to feel it a little bit. Taking a look at the winds around the region, they're mostly out of the south, a little bit more to the southwest for the southwest of New Brunswick. They're being sustained in a lot of cases between 15 and 30 kilometers per hour. We're getting some wind gusts reported between 30 and 40 kilometers per hour. Now, while the wind gusts will diminish a little bit as we make our way towards midnight, the winds are going to remain pretty steady tonight and for tomorrow out of a south and southwest direction. Taking a look at things on our radar and satellite picture, I don't have a tremendous amount to show you here. There was a little bit of broken cloud cover that drifted through the day across some northern areas of New Brunswick. A few clouds around western parts of Prince Edward Island. No precipitation expected out of that. There is a low chance of a couple of showers or a few flurries that could drift into northern New Brunswick as we move through tonight. That chance of showers is well out ahead of a cold front that's going to be coming across the Maritimes Friday night into Saturday, and that will bring some rain and some showers a little bit more widespread to the region. I will have more on the weather forecast coming up later on. Maria.
Thank you very much, Caitlin. Speaking of the weather, it's a great night to get into the hot tub, and that's exactly where we find Quake Matthews. Coming up after, we'll find out what the Halifax rapper's been up to and how you could win this $30,000 hot tub. CTV News at 5. We'll be right back.
It's the best night of the year. Join Jose Bautista, Brett the Hitman Hart, and Jennifer Botterill at the Desjardins Sports Charity Dinner April 16th in Halifax. Funds raised support Canadian Progress Club Halifax. For tickets, visit progressclubhalifax.ca.
What's your real name?
Matthew Arab.
Matthew Arab.
Yes,
what does your mom
yes.
call you? Quake? Does your mom call
calls
you Quake?
me Matthew. No.
Matthew.
My dad calls me Quake, trying to be cool. Like, I instantly just fell in love with it.
So I first met Quake Matthews in 2012 when he was chasing the dream on the maritime music scene. These days, the veteran rapper who's worked with the likes of Ice Cube and Young Buck has made a name for himself for his freestyle and rapid-fire lyrics. We're so glad that Quake could join us in the hot tub tonight. Hey, how are you?
I'm glad to be here. It's been, what, over 10 years since we spoke?
Something like 14, actually.
Wow.
2012.
You haven't aged a day.
Oh, either have you. We've come a long way, haven't we? We're still doing the same thing.
Zero growth. Zero growth.
There's nothing wrong with that. Kids at heart. So, does your mom still call you Matthew, or does she call you Quake now?
No, she still calls me Matthew. Yeah.
How about your dad?
Quake.
Quake.
Birthday cards, Quake. He still thinks he's cool.
Oh, I love that. Can you believe how far you've come in the music biz?
Yeah, I'm just grateful. Like, every day is a gift, and to still be doing this after so long, I wake up with gratitude every day, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You've got some big projects on the go here. Deuces, tell me about that. 2 songs coming soon.
Yes, Deuces is a study in duality, and I think it showcases my range as an artist. It's 2 songs, opposite ends of the spectrum, so you're gonna get 2 versions of the same artist on this, and it drops Thursday, April 16th.
Excellent. So you'll be rapping in one, singing in the other?
Singing in the other, yeah.
What's your comfort zone?
I like it all. I'm in different moods every day, and I kind of just go with the mood, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, speaking of the mood, the bar song, the Halifax bar song. Wow, that was, like, it went totally viral. Anybody from Halifax just loves it because, like, we can identify with it, all of us. Where did it come from, and how do you feel about its success?
Okay, I was standing outside Dirty Nelly's, and I made a joke. I said, my last relationship ended, you know, it came to a bitter end because she was a loose cannon. And everyone around laughed, and I was like, what if I did this for every bar? Yeah. And then I just threw it together, shot the video, and it turned out great, and people loved it, yeah.
Oh, we do love it, for sure. Yeah. You know, I love seeing you be funny because you are hilarious on your social media. Is that just so, like, you don't even have to work on it? It's just so easy for you to be yourself, hey?
I just enjoy having a good time, you know? If life is short, why not crack a smile, have a little fun, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about your latest post, or one of your latest posts, where you showed so much gratitude to your fans, old and new. Why did you feel like it was important to do that?
I think gratitude is one of the keys of the universe, and I think when you're grateful, it attracts more positivity in your life, and I think when you complain, it attracts more of that energy. So I'm realizing again, after losing friends and things of that nature, that life is short and tomorrow's not promised, and each day is a gift to take this journey further, so we should be grateful for it.
You know, speaking of gifts, I don't want to get too serious here, but you also talk very candidly about your sobriety.
Yeah.
And why do you feel it's important to talk publicly about that?
I think whatever I'm going through in life, I'm just going to talk about publicly. Is just me. I'm never going to fabricate a story. So if I talk candidly about what I'm going through, then I know there's other people out there going to relate, no matter what it is I'm going through, because at the end of the day, we're all human and we all deal with our own trials and tribulations, you know?
What do you, like, what's your main message to people, like, that listen to your music and follow you?
I think my main message is never give up, and it's never over until you say it's over. The moment you decide it's over, that's when it's over. But as long as you live to fight another day, you can keep going, and there's always a chance to take things further.
You know what's funny? In the 2012 interview that we did, at the very end of it, Bruce and I were chit-chatting about how, you know what, you haven't seen the last of him, and here you are 14 years later. Like, do you see an end here for yourself?
There is no end. I'm getting funnier, more handsome. My summer body's still loading. That's why I wore the jersey. And I'm getting more talented. I'm just enjoying myself. So I don't see an end coming soon. As long as I'm here, I'm going to do what I love, because that's what I think we're on this earth to do.
You didn't want to intimidate the other guys either.
Yeah, I mean, come on, because Maria, get in the tub.
Looking good. Looking good. All right, I'll get my suit on. We need to take a break here. But first, how's the water, by the way?
The water is beautiful. I think you'd enjoy it. Join me.
All right, maybe. We'll see. But first, we have to tell people at home how they can win this amazing hot tub. CTV and Arctic Spas want to give you the chance to hop into a hot tub of your very own. One lucky viewer will take home a Yukon hot tub package valued at $31,000, featuring 2 pumps, 40 massage jets, a weather shield cover, a cover lifter, and a Spa Boy saltwater system. To enter, head to ctvatlantic.ca and follow the contest prompts, or scan the QR code on your screen right now. You can enter once per day until Saturday, April the 18th. And speaking of next week, again, Deuces is coming when?
April 16th. This is a contest? I was told the hot tub was mine to keep.
Well, you know what? Alicia McCarville said the same thing. I think we need to talk to our sales department about what they're telling people.
Somebody messed up. Somebody messed up.
Thank you so much for being here. It's so good to see you doing so well.
So great to see you again, too.
Here's Kaylin.
Quake certainly enjoying the hot tub there. If you have a hot tub, you could enjoy it underneath a starry sky in much of the Maritimes for tonight, as we're expecting a mostly clear one, and that comes on top of behind a very sunny day that we had in the region. Very clear conditions today in Cape Breton. We're looking out here, view from Cape Smoky. That is postcard. Pretty, little bit of a dusting of snow, certainly still on the ground. I'm going to have more in the weather forecast coming up after the break.
Have you got a favourite sea shanty? No.
I do. Oh, the year was 1778. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. You know that one?
No. Is that
when a letter of marque came from the king, from the scummiest vessel I've ever seen. God damn them all.
That's my favorite sea shanty, too. Yes, of course, that is Stephen Colbert singing Barrett's Privateers to Robert Plant. Colbert spoke with the Led Zeppelin frontman in a Colbert Before Air video. It turns out Plant isn't a fan of sea shanties, but Colbert sure is. The late talk show host serenaded the rock legend with his favorite, which of course is Stan Rogers' iconic shanty. And Kaylin, what a great job he did singing it too.
Hey, I would listen to a cover of Barrett's Privateers by Led Zeppelin.
Ooh. He didn't seem to really know the song. Maybe he's been reformed.
Very talented musician.
Now.
I'm sure it wouldn't take him long to learn.
Yeah, absolutely. What a beautiful day. Again, Kaylin, this week has been really glorious in a lot of ways.
Yeah, sure was. High pressure in place for today, so we can see sunshine here, glinting off the waters of St. Margaret's Bay in Nova Scotia as we take a look at the sunrise and sunset times from provincial capitals. Now that area of high pressure is moving a little bit further towards the east of us as we make our way through tonight. We're going to see a little bit of cloud cover increase into parts of the Maritimes, mostly New Brunswick, and tomorrow a bit more of a mix of sun and cloud around the region, though Friday during the day is still what I would generally describe as pretty fair weather. Let's take a look at our weather systems map, and right now barometric pressure certainly on the higher side, sitting above 1,030 millibars, Fredericton, Charlottetown, and at Halifax. That area of high pressure, as I mentioned, now just off towards the east of us. In behind it, the next weather system approaching is this cold front that's making its way across parts of Ontario and Quebec. Running out ahead of that cold front are some areas of some rain and some showers, so we do have some April rain and showers not too far away in the forecast for us here in the Maritimes. Taking a look at things on radar right now, not much is showing up. There is a low chance that a couple of showers get into northern areas of New Brunswick as we make our way through tonight. Actually, it's a chance of a shower or flurry as temperatures are going to be turning a little bit on the chilly side. That chance of a shower or flurry here showing up through this line of green, just coming into the northwest of the province and towards Campbellton, Dalhousie by around midnight. Very low chance that if a shower holds together could drift in towards central areas of New Brunswick, like the Fredericton area, very early Friday morning, though I wouldn't put the chances of that much higher than, say, 20% or so. In the forecast for Friday afternoon around the Maritimes, it remains very sunny across Nova Scotia. Describe it as mostly sunny for Prince Edward Island and around southern areas of New Brunswick, then a bit more of a mix of sun and cloud for northern areas of New Brunswick. And there's going to be some showers that return by the late afternoon and evening hours. And that's the start of that front coming across the Maritimes. It continues to work its way in northwest to southeast as we move through Friday night into Saturday morning. And there will be some rain and some showers that have to clear through southern areas of New Brunswick across Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia through the day on Saturday. Taking a look at the winds in the forecast, they remain out of the south and southwest for tonight. The wind gust diminishing a little bit, but otherwise the winds will be pretty steady, sustained 10 to 20 kilometers per hour out of that southerly direction tonight and for tomorrow. And tomorrow by the afternoon, we'll have some gusts that will return to the range for around 20 to 40 kilometers per hour. Taking a look at low temperatures in the forecast for tonight around the Maritimes, not as cold as it was last night. Still cool to chilly. Most of the lows will be in the range for around -2 to +2 for the region. High temperatures in the forecast for tomorrow away from the coastlines in the Maritimes. A lot of highs will be around the low to mid-teens. On the coastline, we'll have some high temperatures tomorrow between around 7 and 11 degrees. And then, of course, we have that front that's coming through on Saturday. And as I mentioned, there'll be some rain and some showers to move through along with it, especially a little bit around a little bit later into the day for parts of Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. The showers in southern areas of New Brunswick should be clearing mostly during the morning hours. Temperatures are going to be cooling off a little bit with and behind that front. So the high temperatures on Saturday around the Maritimes mostly falling into a range of around 5 to 10 degrees. In the forecast for Sunday, though, it is a returning area of high pressure, and that means we're back to some sunnier weather and a lot of high temperatures between 8 and 12 degrees. So it does look like it'll be cooler for Prince Edward Island and eastern Nova Scotia. Highs there between 3 and 6. Let's take a look at our Weather Watcher for tonight. And tonight's Weather Watcher is coming in from 8-year-old Caleb Crossman from Sackville, New Brunswick. Caleb has sent us a drawing of walking with his sister Lydia. They have their dogs, Allie and Lucas, with them. Oh, the dogs look like they're having a good time out there in that rain. Thank you, Caleb. Weather Watchers can come in anytime to CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or email kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Maria.
Thank you, Caitlin. Time for our final break here on CTV News at 5, but stay with us. Coming up next, we head into the kitchen for this story.
I'm Brianne Foley in Dartmouth, where one local baker is making sure sweet treats are for everyone. That story coming up tonight on CTV News at 5.
Mornings with Aaron and Peter. 60 seconds, 10 questions. If you can pull that off, you're going to win $1,000.
Join us every weekday at 7 a.m. for the $1,000 Minute.
Welcome back. So sweet treats are something all of us crave once in a while, but for those with allergies or dietary restrictions, it's hard to satisfy the craving. CTV's Brianne Foley introduces us to a baker who's whipping up desserts so no one misses out.
I care more about the texture, the flavor, the ingredients.
For Ivy Chipman, the sweetness of baking set in during the pandemic.
I fell in love crazy with baking, and then once I got the PR here, my husband actually from here, so I went to NSCC and studied all the baking and pastry arts theory.
For 2 years, she worked in a hotel as a pastry chef, but wanted to cater to everyone.
People come and ask me, oh, is it like with dairy? Is it with egg? Is it with gluten? So different kind of questions coming to me all the time. And then they look at the dessert, it looks so good, but I cannot have it, you know. So it start making me feel, you know, I have to push, dessert and pastry. We shouldn't exclude everyone.
She began Bake Theory, where she can customize baked goods for all dietary needs. She sells her creations at the brewery market in Halifax.
This is something really, really important to me because allergy is quite, serious. When I bake gluten-free product, I will empty that kitchen time slot and clean everything before I bake it. So just to be safe, yeah.
She also uses more natural ingredients in her baking.
To me, I don't really use like artificial chemical ingredients to force them bind together. I get inspiration from different kind of ingredients in season, locally sourced. And then when things put together, the magic just works.
Pulling from different cultures to create tasty memories.
Dessert and baking is like international. I would take inspiration from different countries on trending recipe or like old traditional nostalgia, like something that bring back your child memory, right? So just keep learning, keep testing.
Bake Theory got its name because of her son Theo, who has a love for baking, which is why she started. Now you can find Ivy at farmers markets, but also she does catering and custom baked goods. As for me, well, it's time to try. Brianne Foley, CTV News, Dartmouth.
Oh, you're so good. Thank you, Brianne, and I know that probably tasted very delicious as well.
I was fortunate enough to try a little piece of that cake, the white cake there. It was light as a cloud.
Oh, beautiful.
That we didn't have in the skies today because it was a very sunny day around the Maritimes. But coming up CTV News at 6, I'll let you know when some clouds will be returning.
Excellent. We'll see you and Todd at 6. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everyone. The national news is next.